On his way back here to RDU. First, I want to show you President Biden making a stop at Cookout, of all places, on Falls of Noose Road. He and the governor, Roy Cooper, ordered milkshakes, an M&M one for the governor and a black and white for the president, which is a vanilla milkshake blended with chocolate syrup. Sounds pretty good, although it's a little cold for that today. You may remember the president actually stopped at a cookout in Durham during a visit here back in 2020. After that snack break, the president headed over to that house on Falls of Noose Road, as you mentioned there. Now, our camera's not allowed inside, but we did see that live shot where the president was having a kitchen table conversation, we're told, with the family that lives there, looking at how his agenda has affected their lives.
The most rewarding part of being a principal for me is the interaction that I get to have with children. Seeing them learn, seeing them be happy, seeing them engaged fully in their education. They know when they see me, I'm going to ask questions because I want to know how they're doing. I want to know what they're learning. I want to know what their weekend was about or the fun activities that they're doing in class. I engage students in lunch bunch opportunities, and every Friday I have lunch with a class of students. They know that I'm very approachable and that I smile a lot and that I give high fives and hugs. And we have a fun day every day at Brentwood. The work that I'm doing at Brentwood, I'm not doing it for recognition. I'm doing what I think is best for kids. And in doing so, being recognized by my peers for that work is very humbling. I'm very appreciative that they would even consider me for being nominated as a Principal of the Year finalist.
President Joe Biden was actually getting food. To come here about a mile or so down the road to Eric Fitt's house.
It's just been an amazing experience.
Fitz is the senior director leadership coach with Wake County Public School System. He says the president sat down for a 45-minute kitchen table conversation with him and his sons.
But to say that we had dinner together with my sons has been an amazing experience.
He says he had a burger with President Biden, and his sons, Carter and Christian, had nuggets or tenders along with fries and milkshakes.
We talked about him going to college, talked about sports, talked about education, talked about just the state of the economy and where we are right now.
He says the president also talked about his student loan forgiveness plan.
I'm one of the beneficiaries of the student loan debt forgiveness.
Fitz says his degrees from South Carolina State, the University of South Carolina, and East Carolina University led him to accumulate a lot of debt. He says to have his loans forgiven will help him build generational wealth for his sons in the 10th and 7th grade.
Super proud of him. Happy for him.
I feel like amazing for him, exciting, and just like proud of him.
It's a moment those young men told me they will never forget. So this is the really cool thing, Angela and Rod. Those two young men said they've had to keep this secret since Tuesday. And they told me that they have plans to go to college just like their dad. Christian says he would like to be a basketball coach for little Carter. He plans to play in the NFL and then one day pursue a career in broadcasting.
Well, come on
live in
Yeah, I do. I know a lot of weed smokers.
I want to ask you about your running mate. I don't know if you saw, well, I saw the day that the news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media They're not too happy about that. And it's because they want your running mate to be a black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading black women voices in this country. And they feel since black women are such a loyal voting bloc and black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you. And one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered. Multiple.
Well,
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. Come on. Take a look at the record.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Anyway, thanks. I will come back.
All right.
I look forward to seeing you in person.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay, pal. Thanks a lot.